In the name of Allah, who is most beneficent and most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fatima from University of Education, Lower Mile Campus, Lahore. Today I'm here to teach you about the practical, and the topic of practical is study of preserved invertebrate species and their classification up to class level. In this lecture we will go through about the invertebrates, their preservation methods, and then their classification. First of all, what is zoological specimen? A zoological specimen is an animal or part of an animal preserved for scientific use. Various uses are to verify the identity of a species, to allow study, increase public knowledge of zoology. Means we preserve different body parts of animals or the whole animal for further studies, for further future studies, or for the knowledge purpose, for study purpose. Examples are bird and mammal study skins, mounted specimen, skeletal material, cast, pinned insect, dried material, animal preserved in liquid preservatives, and microscopic slides. So there are different methods for the preservation of animals, and then their storage in labs and in museums, which we can study later on. Zoological specimens are extremely diverse. Natural history museums are repositories of zoological specimens. Means we have a large number of variety or diversification of organisms, and we can study them by their preservation in labs or in museums. Now, what are invertebrates? Invertebrates are those animals which do not have a backbone or vertebral column. Familiar examples of invertebrates are arthropods, mollusks, annelids, cnidarians, and etc. The majority of animal species are invertebrates. Estimate about 97%. Means almost 97% of the world animal species are invertebrates. Many invertebrate taxa have a greater number and variety of species than the entire subphylum of vertebrata. As we are saying that there are almost 97% animals are invertebrates, then obviously invertebrates are greater in number than vertebrates. Invertebrates vary widely in size from 50 micrometer rotifers to the 9 to 10 meter colossal squid. Invertebrate preservation methods. Both vertebrate and invertebrates can be preserved in fluid or as dry specimens. The preservation fluid that has been used longest and is alcohol. Means generally we preserve the animals in alcohol. The standard solution is 70 to 75% ethyl alcohol or ethanol, and 40 to 50% isopropyl alcohol can also be used in some animal taxa, but generally we preserve the animals in alcohol. Wet specimens. Wet specimen collection are stored in different solution. As we are saying that this is wet specimen, then obviously there must be some fluid or solution for the storage or preservation of specimens. A very old method is to store the specimen in 70% ethanol with various additives after fixing with formalin, or in these days sometimes with a salt solution. Means as we have discussed in the previous slides that generally alcohol or ethanol is used for the preservation of specimens. So 70% solution with various additives is used for the preservation purpose. Modern specimens are stored in borosilicate glass. Borosilicate glass is very much suitable for the preservation of specimens because of its thermal resistant and good optical clarity. Due to its good properties, borosilicate glass is preferred for the preservation of specimens. Insects and similar invertebrates. Most hard-bodied insect specimens and other hard-bodied invertebrates, such as certain arachnida, are preserved as pinned specimens. Means the animals which have a hard body or hard skeleton, they are preserved with the help of pins. Yeah, as we do in the labs when we are doing the dissection of any animal or organism, like when we dissect the frog, we use wooden boards and place the frog on the board with the help of pins so that we can easily dissect it without any movement. Just like that, for the dry specimens, preservation of specimens, we place the animals on the boards with the help of pins, which may be steel pins or stainless steel pins, and by the help of those pins we can easily manage the animals on the wooden boards, and then by keeping them in trays we can preserve them in labs or in different cabins. And we can also use labels for description and reference data. You can write the name, date, and any identification label and any identification number on that label, so that you can easily identify the animal. However, open trays are very vulnerable to attack by museum beetle and similar pests, so such open trays are stored in turn inside glass-topped insect-proof drawers, commonly protected by suitable pesticide or repellents or barriers. Obviously, if anything is opened, then any kind of organism or bacteria can attack on it and damage it or harm it. So for the protection of the preserved specimens, they can be kept in the glass-topped containers, in the glass-topped cabinets, or in the drawers. And pesticides or repellents or insect repellents or other kind of barriers are also used for the protection by the insects or other organisms. Alternatively, some museums store the pinned specimen directly in larger trays or drawers that are glass topped and stored in cabinets. Obviously, if we will keep them in glass topped cabinets, then we can easily wash them also. So glass topped cabinets and drawers are preferred for the preservation and keeping of the specimens. If in contrast to such dried specimens, soft-coated specimens most commonly are kept in wet collections. In these two slides, we have discussed about different preservation methods. I have told you that if the specimen's body is hard, then it will be preserved by dry method, or a dry method by the help of pins and boards. And if the specimen is soft coated, then it will be preserved in wet collection or in preservatives or alcohol. And if we have different body parts or different segments of the body, then we can make the slides of that particular body segment, and we can store that slides, and we can easily study them in the further lab classes. Classification of invertebrates. Invertebrates are classified into 9 major phyla: phylum Polyphera, Protozoa, Cnidaria, Echinodermata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, and Mollusca. Here it is a general overview about invertebrates and their different classes. Number 1. Phylum Protozoa. Almost 50,000 known species of phylum Protozoa. Protozoan animals exhibit protoplasmic grade of organization. There is division of labor among various organelles of the cell. Amoeba, Paramecium, Euglena, Plasmodium, and amoeba, etc. are some of free-living protozoa. General characteristics: they may be solitary, colonial, or free-living aquatic, parasites. Means they can be free living and they can make the colonies, and they can be solitary. Most of them live in water, but some live in damp soil or inside other animals which are parasitic. They reproduce primarily by asexual means, although in some groups sexual modes also occur. Means they can be asexual and sexual both. They have a heterotrophic mode of nutrition, whereby the free living forms ingest particulates such as bacteria, yeast, and algae, while the parasitic forms derive nutrients from the body fluids of their host. Locomotion takes place by pseudopodia, flagella, or cilia, which are different types of locomotory organs. They constantly change the body shape. Classification of phylum Protozoa. Phylum Protozoa is a large and varied group. This phylum has a number of problems in its classification. As per one of the classification given out by Hyman, Hickman, and Storer, this phylum is divided into two subphyla on the basis of organs of locomotion. These two subphyla are further divided into 5 classes. Means this phylum is divided into different categories on the basis of the different locomotory behavior in the organisms. Most accepted classification of protozoa is given by B.M. Honigberg and others based on the scheme given by Committee on Taxonomy and Taxonomic Problems of the Society of Protozoologists, divides this phyla into 4 subphyla. This slide is showing you the classification of protozoa, phylum Protozoa. Then we have 4 subphylums: Psychomesticophora, Sporozoa, Nidospora, and Celiophora. Then superclass 1, Mastigophora. Then we have 4 different classes: Phytomestigophora, Teleospora, Myxosporidea, and Ciliata. And then we have a different division of these, further division of these classes. Phylum Protozoa is classified into 4 classes on the basis of locomotory organs. Class 1 is Rhizopoda, locomotory organ, mostly free living, some are parasitic. Reproduction is they can be asexually reproduced by binary fission or sexually by syngamy. What is syngamy? Syngamy means the fusion of 2 haploid gametes to form a diploid zygote. Means ovum and sperm unite to form a diploid zygote. No conjugation. Conjugation is the exchange of genetic material between 2 bacteria. Examples are amoeba and entamoeba. Class 2 Mastigophora flagellata. Locomotory organ is flagella. Free living or parasite, body covered with cellulose, chitin, or silica. Reproduction, asexual reproduction by longitudinal fission. No conjugation. Examples are Gyardia, Euglena, and Trypanosoma. Number 3, class Sporozoa. Locomotory organ is absent. Exclusively endoparasites. Contractile vacuole is absent. Body covered with pellicle. What is pellicle? Pellicle is a thin outer covering of the protozoans. Reproduction is asexual reproduction by fission and sexual reproduction by spores. Examples are Plasmodium and Monocytes. Class 4 Ciliata. As the name is suggesting that Ciliata means related to cilia. So the locomotory organ is cilia, body covered by pellicle. Asexual reproduction is done by binary fission and sexual reproduction is done by conjugation. Nuclei are of 2 types: macronucleus and micronucleus. Examples are Paramecium, Varicella, and Blentidium. Now we will discuss about different types of different examples of phylum Protozoa and their classification. Number 1, we have amoeba and its classification. Kingdom is Protista, phylum Sarcodina, class Rhizopoda, order Amoebida, family Amoebidae, genus Amoeba, and species Proteus. Number 2 is Trypanosoma. Scientific classification: domain Eukarya, Kingdom Protista, phylum Sarcomastigophora, class Zoomastygophoria, order Kinetoplastida, family Trypanosomatida, genus Trypanosoma, and here we have different species of Trypanosoma. And also the picture of Trypanosoma is also shared in the slide, and you can see. Paramecium. Scientific classification: Kingdom Animalia, phylum Protozoa, class Ciliata, order Hymenestomatida, suborder Penicillina, genus Paramecium, and species Rhodetum. And here it is the picture of Paramecium. Last one is Blentidium. You can see its classification and picture also. Number 2, phylum Porifera. They live mainly in salty water. About 5,000 species are known today, and they are commonly known as sponges. Now, characteristics of phylum Porifera: found in salty water, multicellular animals. They have cylindrical shaped body. Germinal layers are ill-developed, means poorly developed. Inner surface have flagellate collar cells or choanocytes. Reproduction is both sexual and asexual. For examples are Sycon, bath sponge, Euplectella, glass-top sponge, etc. General classification of phylum Porifera: domain Eukarya, kingdom Animalia, subkingdom Parazoa, phylum Porifera, class Calcaria, Hexacutinellida, Demospongia, and Sclerospongia. This is the general classification of phylum Porifera. Now the examples of phylum Porifera. The first one is Sycon. Syconoid sponges tend to be larger than asconoids. The syconoid body wall is thicker. Example is Sycon. You can see the picture of Sycon here, and its classification: phylum Porifera, class Calcaria, order Heterocoi, and genus is Sycon. Barrel sponge. Number 2 is barrel sponge. Here you can see its classification and picture also. Number 3 is glass sponge. It belongs to class Hexacutinellida, and it has 2 subclasses. You can see its picture here. Number 4 is air sponge. Because of the shape or its structure, it is called as air sponge. And here its classification: kingdom Animalia, phylum Porifera, class Desmospongia, order Agellicida, family Agelicidae, genus Agellis, and species is Agellis clathrodes. Number 3, phylum Coelenterata. About 10,000 species are known today. Characteristics are: these are marine animals which may be solitary or colonial. These have a hollow body like a bag. The body is two-layered. The mouth is surrounded by tentacles which are usually thread-like outgrowths. Stinging cells or nematocytes are also present. If they reproduce through asexual means, it will be done by budding, and sexual reproduction will be done by gametic fusion. Examples are hydra, jellyfish, sea anemone, coral, etc. Classification of phylum Coelenterata. The phylum Coelenterata is divided into 3 classes on the basis of development of zooids. First one is Hydrozoa, second is Symphozoon, and third is Anthozoa. Now we will discuss about class 1, that is Hydrozoa. Hydra means water and zoon means animal. Their habitat is mostly marine, few are freshwater, some are solitary, and some are colonial. Asexual polyps is dominant form. Medusa possesses true venom. Mesoglea is simple and acellular. Examples are Hydra, Phacelia, Phacelis, and Tubularia. Class 2 Psychophozoa. Habitat exclusively marine, solitary, free swimming. Medusa is dominant and it is large, bell or umbrella shaped. Polyps is short lived or absent. Mesoglea is usually clear. Examples are jellyfish and rhizostoma. Class 3 Anthos, flower. Anthos mean flower and zoos mean animal. So the animals which are belong to class Anthozoa, they are flower-like animals. Their habitat is exclusively marine, and they are also solitary. They may be solitary or colonial. Medusa stage is absent. Mesoglea contains fibrous connective tissue and amoeboid cell. Examples are Metridium, Terresto, Tubiflora, and Xenia. Now the examples of phylum Coelenterata. First we have sea anemone. You can see the sea anemone here and its classification: kingdom Animalia, phylum Cnidaria, class Anthozoa, subclass Hexacorallia, and order is Actiniaria. You also know that Coelenterata are also known as Cnidarians. The second example which we have is of jellyfish. Its classification and picture is also shared here. You can see it and understand the classification from this picture. Third example is Hydra, kingdom Animalia, subkingdom Eumetazoa, phylum Cnidaria, subphylum Medusozoa, class Hydrozoa, subclass Leptolinia, order Anthomedusa, suborder Capitata, family Hydrata, and genus is Hydra. The last example of phylum Coelenterata is of corals. Kingdom Animalia, phylum Cnidaria, class Hydrozoa, order Capitata, family Meliporida, genus Melipora, species Alcicornis. It is also shared here. The fourth major phyla is phylum Platyhelminthes. About 6,500 species are known today. Common forms are known as roots or tapeworms. Characteristics are: they are commonly known as flatworm. They are bisexual. Their body is bilaterally symmetrical. Nervous system is simple. Digestive system is incomplete or absent. They can also reproduce through both means of reproduction. If they are reproducing sexually, it will be done by gametic fusion in hermaphrodite species, and asexual reproduction will be done by regeneration and fission. Examples are liver fluke, planaria, tapeworm, blood fluke, etc. Classification of phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes is divided into three classes on the basis of body shape, mouth position, and habitat. First class we have it is Terbellaria. Mostly free-living freshwater organisms. Body is dorso-ventrally flattened. Hooks and sucker usually absent. Examples are Planaria, Bipalium, Autoplana, and Notoplana. Class 2 is Dermatoda. They are mostly parasitic in nature. Their body is also dorso-ventrally flattened and leaf-like. They have hooks and suckers, and examples are Fasciola, Hepatica, liver fluke, and Diplozone. Class 3 is Castroda. Exclusively parasitic in nature. Body is dorso-ventrally flattened, tape-like. Hooks and sucker are present. Digestive system is absent. Excretion is done by protonephridia with flame cells. The examples are tapeworm, convoluta, and Echinobothrium. Now we have the examples of phylum Platyhelminthes. First one is liver fluke. Kingdom Animalia, phylum Platyhelminthes, class Trematoda, subclass Tigenia, order Echinostomatida, Echinostoma, suborder Echinostoma, family Fasciolida, and genus is Fasciola, and species is Fasciola hepatica. Second example is of Planaria, which belongs to kingdom Animalia, phylum Platyhelminthes, class Turbularia, order Tricaldida, and family is Planarida. Third example is of tapeworm, classification Animalia kingdom, phylum Platyhelminthes, class Castorda, subclass Eucastorda, order Cyclophilidae, family Ctenidia, genus Echinococcus, species Echinococcus granulosus. Number 5 is phylum Aschelminthes. About 10,000 species are known. Examples are Ascaris roundworm, Oxyuris pinworm, Ankylostoma hookworm. Characteristics commonly known as roundworms. Body is bilaterally symmetrical. Sexes are separate. Reproductive system is simple. Nervous system is in the form of a ring. Respiratory organs and blood vascular system is absent. Usually parasitic in nature. Examples are Ascaris and Oxyuris. Classification of phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes is classified into two classes, Phasmidia and Phasmidia. Phasmidia, phasmids are absent and amphids are of various types. Examples are Trichinella, Trichuris, etc. Number 2 is Phasmidia. Phasmidia are present near hind end of body. Amphids are present near anterior end of body. Here we have some examples of class Aschelminthes. Number 1 is Ascaris. You can see its picture and classification here. Number 2 is pinworm, phylum Nematoda, class Scarenatia, order Oxyurida, superfamily Oxyuridia, family Oxyuridia, genus Anterobius, species Vermicularis. You can see its male and female structure here. Third example is of pinworm, kingdom Animalia, phylum Nematoda, class Chromadoria, order Rhabditida, family Ankylostomidia, genus Ankylostoma, and species Duodenale or Duodenale. Last example is Flyralial worm. Scientific classification is kingdom Animalia, phylum Nematoda, class Scarenatia, order Spiruridia, family Phyllarida, genus Brugia, species Brugia menile. Number 6 we have phylum Annelida. Almost 13,500 species are known today. Characteristics: body is mathematically segmented, show bilateral symmetry, excretory organs are nephrida, sexes are either separate or the organism are hermaphrodite. The body has longitudinal or circular muscles. Earthworm, leech, Polygordius are examples of phylum Annelida. Now the classification of phylum Annelida. Phylum Annelida is divided into 4 main classes, primarily on the basis of seta, parapodia, metameres, and other morphological features. These are the seta, parapodia, metameres. These are the different structures which are present in the organisms of phylum Annelida. Class 1 is Polychaeta. Habitat: they are marine, terrestrial, and freshwater. Protostome development: they have two coelom, that's why known as schizocoelomates. Bilaterally symmetrical segmented worms. They have complete digestive system, closed circulatory system, well developed nervous system, excretory system. Both metanephridae and protonephridae are present. lateral epidermal seta with each segment. Dioecious or hermaphroditic, fertilization is internal. Examples are swanworm and Silas. Next is class Oligogyta. They are mostly terrestrial and feed on fresh water. Their body is metamerically segmented. Clitellum is present in them. Hermaphrodite, but cross fertilization occur. Fertilization is eternal. Cocoon formation occur. Examples are earthworm, lumbricus, Cetularia, and tubifex. Class 3 is Hydrina. Habitat primarily freshwater annelids, but some are marine, terrestrial, and parasitic. The body has definite number or segments. The tentacles, parapodia, and seta are totally absent. They are hermaphrodite. Fertilization is internal and a larval stage is absent. Example is leech. Number 4 class Archinellida. They are strictly marine. The body is long and worm-like. The seta and parapodia are normally absent in them. They may be unisexual or hermaphrodite. The development is indirect, forming trophophore larva. And example is Prototrilus dinophilus. Now we have this some examples of annelida. Annelids. The first example we have it is earthworm that belongs to kingdom Animalia, phylum Annelida, class Oligogyta, order Ophistophora, family Megasqualicida, genus Ferretima, species Postuma. Number 2 is sandworm. You can see the sandworm picture here. Belongs to phylum Animalia, kingdom Animalia, phylum Annelida, class Polychaeta, and its scientific name is Aletta verans. Third example is of leech. Leech belongs to phylum Annelida, class Hydrudinea, order Gnathodonta, genus Hydrunaria, and species Granulosa. Now number 7, on number 7 we have phylum Arthropoda. The word Arthropoda means jointed foot. It is the largest group of animals comprising about 7 lakh species. Animals of this phyla are found all over the world in all climates and conditions. Their characteristics are body is metamerically segmented, body is joined outwardly and bilaterally symmetrical, a hard non-living exoskeleton is present, sexes are usually separated. For example, spider, crab, grasshopper, butterfly, etc. Phylum Arthropoda is also divided into 4 classes: crustaceans, Myriapoda, Arachnida, and Insecta. Now the examples of phylum Arthropoda. First one we have spiders. Belong to kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Arachnida, order Araneae, family Saccharida, genus Loxosceles, species Loxosceles reclusa. Crab. Number 2 is crab. Scientific classification of crab. Kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Crustacea, class Malacostraca. Order is Decapoda. Infraorder is Brachyura, family Proteunida, genus Proteunus, and species Pelagicus. You can see the picture of crab in this slide. Grasshopper. Scientific classification: kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Hexapoda, class Insecta, order Orthoptera, and suborder is Calliphera. Last example of arthropods is butterfly. It belongs to kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Lepidoptera, superfamily Papilionida, family Nymphelida, subfamily Dennenia, genus Denneus, and species is Denneus plexibus. Here you can see different kinds of butterflies in the slide. Now the second largest phylum Mollusca. There are about 90,000 species are known today. Characteristics: these animals are aquatic, some terrestrial forms are also known. Body is soft and unsegmented. Coelomate animals, two coelomates present, that's why they are called as coelomate animals. Body consists of head, foot, dorsal ventral mass. Respiration is done by part of gills. Examples are snail, octopus, cuttlefish, squid, etc. Classification of phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca is divided into 6 classes. First one is Monoplacophora. Monos mean one and plex mean plate. The shell is spoon or cup-shaped. They have di-characters of both the phylum Annelida and phylum Mollusca. Example is Neopilina. Class 2 is Amphineura. Amphi means both and neura is derived from nerves. There is a present non-ganglionated nerve ring around mouth with 2 pairs of interconnected nerve cord. Examples are Chaetopleura. Class 3 Scaphopoda. Shell is tubular and open at both ends. Example is Dentalia. Class 4 is Gastropoda. Shell is made up of one piece. The early embryo is symmetrical, but during the development it twisted and its body becomes asymmetrical. Examples are here I have given different examples of garden snail, sea hare, sea lemon, pond snail, true limpet, and sea butterfly. Class 5 is Palisopoda. Their shell is made up of 2 halves. Examples are sea mussel, razor shell or razor clam, razorfish or razor shell, edible oyster, scallop, and pearl oyster. Number 6. Cephalopoda. Head and foot region combined and modified into a structure which has eyes and 8 tentacles. Hence the name cephalopod or head foot. Cephalopods are regarded at the top of invertebrate evolution. In terms of learned behavior they exhibit. Shell is internal or absent. Examples are sepia, loligo, octopus, and etc. Now the different examples of phylum Mollusca. First I have shared the classification of snail here. Kingdom Animalia, phylum Mollusca, class Gastropoda, order Stylometaphora, family Polycrida, genus Inflectarius, species Inflectarius calmianus. Second is octopus. You can see the picture of octopus here. It belongs to class Cephalopoda, order Octopoda, family Octopodida. Genus is Thumoctopus, species is Thumoctopus mimicus. Third example is of cuttlefish. Cuttlefish picture is shared here. It belongs to class Cephalopoda, order Sepioida, family Spliti, genus Sepia, and species Apoma. Here the last example of phylum Mollusca is of squid. Squids belong to class Cephalopoda, order Decapoda, family Loligoniida, genus Loligo, and species Opelescens. Now at the last we have phylum Echinodermata. These are marine animals. Almost 5,000 species are known. Characteristics: the skin forms a hard, spiny, protective skeletal covering. The alimentary canal is simple and usually complete. The sexes are separate. They have true coelom and water vascular system. Nervous system is well developed, consisting of circular rings and radical nerves. Different examples are starfish, sea urchin, sea cucumber, sea lily, etc. Classification of Echinodermata. It is divided into 5 classes: Asteroidea, Ophiuroidea, Echinoidea, Holothuroidea, and Rhinoidea. First, we have class Asteroidea. Their body is flat and star-shaped. They possess tube feet with a sucker, presence of calcareous plates and movable spines. Respiratory organ is papilla. Examples are starfish, zoroaster, and oyster. Number 2, Ophiuroidea. Their body is flat with pentameristers. They possess a long arm which is sharply demarcated from the central disc. They possess tube feet without sucker. Anus and intestine are absent. Respiratory organ is bursa. Examples are Ophiderma, Amphiolium, etc. Class Echinoidea. Body is disc-like hemispherical. They are devoid of arms or free rays. They possess tube feet with a sucker. They possess compact skeleton and movable spines. Examples are sea urchin, diadema, etc. Class 4, Holothuroidea. Their body is elongated in the oral axis and it is like cucumber. They have no arms, spine, and pedicellea. The tube feet are sucking, which type of modified into tentacles and form a circle around mouth. Respiratory organ is a cloacal respiratory tree. Examples are sea cucumber, Holothuria, Mesothuria. Class 5, Rhinoidea. Body is star-shaped. Some of the forms were extinct and living forms. Arms bifurcated with 2 pinnules. They have tube feet without suckers. Examples are Antedon, Rhizocrinus. Now the examples of phylum Echinodermata. First of all, we have the example of starfish. Starfish belongs to phylum Echinodermata, class Asteroidea, order Velvetida, family Acanthosteridae, genus Acanthester, species Acanthester plancai. Second example is of sea urchin. You can see the picture of sea urchin here. Third example is of sea cucumber. Classification: kingdom Animalia, phylum Echinodermata, class Holothuroidea, order Molpadida, family Molpadida, genus Molpadia, species Molpadia intermedia. Last example is of sea lily. You can see the picture of sea lily here. Thank you very much. If you have any kind of confusion or any query, you can ask in the comments and I will reply.